Yeah, I'll just get it started. Yeah, just one of my main concerns is the idea, like right now there's a lot of people coming to help.
Yeah.
And Adventures in Relief is here for the long haul. But how many hands, because they're not enough to do everything.
Right.
And it's how many people continuing to come, especially hopefully it ramping up, not dying out during the holidays. I'm hoping that it ramps up during the holidays, because the concept of people being able to go about their holidays at home, comfy and warm and safe, and not think about all the people down here, bothers me. Not that I don't want them to have comfy, safe holidays, but
you want to make sure people's needs are taken care of.
Exactly.
And they're not cold. And they have what they need.
Yeah.
There's a lot of displaced people, man, and we keep hearing different stories about different helping agencies. We know this. I work at the Billy Graham Training Center, and so I get to see the Samaritan's Purse volunteers, and they're great, and they're very focused, awesome. And they're, they write up work orders, and they just keep going, and every night, I think all week long, every night they fill the dining room and do God story reports.
That's
and do
awesome.
It's really awesome.
That's got to be great to sit there. And
every time I show up, I work about twice a week. There's new volunteers there, and there's new people who are leading them, and so it's a good thing. And they're not going away. They're gonna they canceled all of their events till the end of the year, and they'll probably be there after that too.
Really?
Yeah, they usually having big events now. They have a lot of Christmas concert. They have have a meal and have a concert, and so
I've heard they've got some fundraising events coming up that they're going to be.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I just know that they're a retreat center, so it's heads and beds, and and they make money from these concerts, and so they said, hey, no, this is more important, and we're going to house volunteers and law enforcement and counsel, basically chaplains here. That's what we're going to do till the end of the year. So it's good.
I don't think that Adventures in Missions, at least certainly not the relief part of it, is nearly as developed as Samaritan's Purse.
Yeah, they've been going for 20. They've been going probably for almost 20 years. That's
awesome.
Developed this ministry, you bet.
That's really cool.
The chaplain program has been going for 20 years. Samaritan's Purse has been going much longer than that.
Yeah. That's right. Just for the purpose of the video.
Yeah.
Mike.
I'm Mike Siemens. This is my wife Lori.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah. And
so I'm gonna actually sign back up for Instagram, which chapped me a little bit, but just one more space to save this on.
Yeah.
Where were you guys at the time? You said you were at home when the flood happened.
Yeah, we knew that there was weather coming.
Yeah.
We knew that we were going to get some of the effects from the hurricane. But it was hard to watch the news. They were saying you need to, if you're close to water, a stream, a river, whatever, you need to evacuate. But they always say that.
Yeah.
In this, but we'd gotten some rain for a couple days, not real heavy rain, but enough rain. It had fallen, and then so we were expecting to see some weather on Friday. Well, we woke up to the sound of falling trees. Okay, and basically got out of bed, went into the kitchen, and watched the whole storm roll through. It was, it'd been storming all night and raining all night, and then we'd gotten so much rain that the water had nowhere to go, and so where we live, we're up a hill where we were high and dry.
Yeah.
But there was a mini twister that went through above us, and the trees were twisting and going in circles, and tops were coming off, and we were watching it all happen out of our kitchen window.
That's
about 6:30, 7 o'clock.
That's got to be terrifying.
Well, it was interesting, and you know, we were watching stuff fall, and wasn't much we could do about it, and we didn't, because we're up above the valley floor. We didn't realize there was so much water down below.
Yeah.
We just didn't know it. We saw some water running. We knew it was heavier than usual, but we just didn't understand how bad it was.
It had been raining for a while before the hurricane came. It was what people
Since
were saying.
Wednesday.
Like,
Yeah,
you guys had quite a bit of rain.
yeah. Some areas got 30 inches of rain, and so that's
Wow.
just too much. And then
Yeah,
and
that's
then-
enough to cause some flooding all on its own.
Yeah, and then the mudslides were bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, this place is pretty torn up.
Was it? I've heard stories. Was it? Were you the person that was in the white truck? Was it this the white truck that you stopped to help somebody, and then somebody stopped to help you?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know about that story.
Oh, all right. There was.
We've just we live about a quarter to a half mile up above the church. Okay, up the road, up
Yeah.
the church, above the church, and we're up on a hill, so we didn't have any water problems or any mudslide problems. But we had hundreds of trees down, and we had to cut our way through to get out. And then there was water running everywhere, so we, you know, one of the places where we usually access our driveway and our house had all washed out, and so that was just a deep hole. And then we've got a little private school down below us, that property below us, and there was a lot of water running in their area, but their driveway and access to the highway to access to Beatree Road hadn't been washed out. So
Well, that's good.
we got through that way, and then we found out from a family that lives down below us on the stream that they hadn't really evacuated, and the father, the grandfather, had been swept down the stream and lost his life. So spent most of that first day just trying to help them and figure out what we could do, and his daughter was frantically looking for him and trying to, you know, they were hoping that he was clinging to something downstream, but they did find his body pretty close to the church, probably Friday to probably about 10 days, but yeah, they you know, I don't know, it was 3 or 4 days before they found his body.
Yeah.
Okay, because the water had to go down for them to get to him, and that's how it all happened. So that first day, that's what I did, and we just were cutting our way down the driveway and cutting our way up the driveway to Lori's parents, who are 85 and 84. So that's what we were doing. And
How did they fare?
They had a slight bit of damage to their home, but I think insurance is going to take care of that, and nothing that weather will affect. They're in good shape. They did have a huge tree narrowly miss their house.
big white oak tree that missed their house by a foot.
Yeah.
Which
Wow.
was,
Praise God for that foot.
Yeah, but we're
Yeah.
still in the process of figuring
Cleaning
out
that
how
up.
to get that tree out of there without it rolling into the
got
house,
a huge,
'cause it's a
got a
huge
huge,
root
ball.
a huge root ball, and the root ball is uphill, and you know, it's just when you cut everything loose, you don't know what's going to happen to it. So yeah, we've got it. We borrowed some chain, and we've got it chained to some other trees now, so it hopefully can't move. But
Cutting it out is going to be tricky.
yeah, the root ball probably is 15 feet high. It's
Yeah,
it's a big
pretty
one.
big.
So now not only do you have to worry about some of the branches that are under tension, but some of the roots that are under tension as well, probably.
Well, the roots are a good thing. It's good that there's still some roots in the ground.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh, okay,
that's
so it is
that's
still
holding
somewhat
something.
tethered.
It's
Completely
not all,
sideways, but there's still some.
but it's
holding it in.
a giant root ball, and it's a big tree. It's probably, oh man, almost 3.5 feet. across at the bottom. So it's just that's not diameter. That's just across. It's a big one.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. So it's just a challenge. So it's okay. Take it a day at a time, man.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that seems to be what everyone's doing. That I've talked to, one day at a time, doing a little bit as they can. Driving around is just I see a lot of destruction. Again, I don't have anything to compare to. You were talking about almost not being able to remember what it looked like before.
Yeah.
And I don't have a clue what it looked like before. So
Right.
for the people that had seen it before, like to look at it now, it's got to be.
yeah, it was a nice little valley. It was a beautiful drive.
Yeah.
There are thousands and thousands of trees, not flat, and it's a big cleanup. I mean, any kind of project, you've had projects because you're a builder,
Yeah.
but how do you eat an elephant? Well, you eat it one bite at a time, man.
One bite at a
You
time.
can't take too many bites, and so you just got to work on what you can work on, and when you get tired, you need to rest, and then you need to find some other people that you can encourage, and we have been so encouraged by people who have called to ask, are you guys okay, and what's going to happen with your church, and that the church just got destroyed. So I mean, we've been really encouraged by all of that response, and all the people who want to say, can we help you financially? Can we send a team? I said, to clean up, and I said, there's nothing left to clean up. It's just all messed
there are
up.
the piles of rubble that somebody will have to deal with.
Yeah.
We went down
It's
a
been
day
real
or two
interesting.
ago just to see if we could find some little thing from his office or something like that. But there's nothing. I mean, it's a roof.
It may
that's
be below
collapsed.
the roof structure that's settled over most
Yeah.
of everything, but didn't find. I had I don't know how many books, but
A lot.
hundreds of books in my office, and there's not a sign of anything like that anywhere that we could see.
So
So,
it's got to
I
be
don't know. I
somewhere
don't know where
way
it went.
down
I just,
underneath, but still.
The next property down, there's like a cluster of trees down there. It looks like it caught a lot of debris.
It did, and
I don't know if that's from you or
both
from
of those houses have been condemned, and both owners, I think, are. I think they're moving, and nobody knows what's going to happen with that whole strip of 3 structures that got destroyed by the floodwaters.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's the big question mark, and that's
I mean,
that's how we're praying. Just, Lord, what kind of plan do you have for us? Because we know that there's a plan, and we just want to be. We want to be in step with you,
Yeah.
and we want to hear what you want to do with this whole